Joining us this morning, Titania Jordan.
Tatiana Jordan. Did I get the name right? Jordan?
Titania.
Titania. Okay. Titania. All right.
It's Titania Jordan.
All right, so tell us your name and your title.
Okay, Holly Quinlan, and I am President and CEO of Cobb Travel and Tourism.
All right, Holly Quinlan, President and CEO of Cobb Travel and Tourism.
Yes.
That is an awesome title. I'm so excited for you to be here today. How long have you been in this role?
I have been in this role almost 7 years. It'll be 7 years in December.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have been there a while, and before that I was with the Cobb Chamber of Commerce and was there for 10 years. So.
Wow, you have seen a lot happen over the past 17 years.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What is it that you love about Cobb County? And of course there's probably not just one thing, but clearly it has a special place in your heart.
It does. It is home in every sense of the word. I was born and raised there. So my parents still live there in the same house that I grew up in.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you know, there's nothing else like Cobb County. In fact, my husband jokes whenever we've been somewhere and we're like come back and we cross the county line, he's like, all right, you can breathe again. You know, and I'm like, yeah. And it's where I belong. And I love it. I love that I'm raising my family there. And just being a part of that community is really special.
All right, so let's first talk about your early career. What was it like in the beginning stages of the Chamber?
You know, the Chamber in Cobb is a very dynamic place. And whenever I first came there, I had been with Wellstar Health System just for a short time in a marketing role. And so when I came to the Chamber, I was also in marketing and had a great boss who is still kind of my mentor in life, Don Beaver. He was a retired Marine Colonel. And
wow.
You know, the lessons and the things that he taught me and how to look at business and work in business and, you know, really, you know, make a difference, because that's what the Chamber's about. I mean, it's about the business community, it's about economic development and education and all of that kind of rolled into one, and how do we really make an impact on people and businesses in our entire community.
And what were some of the projects that you had a hand in while you were there?
Oh, there's a lot of things that happened while we were there. One of them I would say is the first education SPLOST that passed in Cobb County back in 2003. I was fortunate enough to be able to lead that effort from kind of the county perspective, along with, of course, people from the school systems. But that made a mark on me, just the love of education and, you know, really what it meant more than just going and getting a degree, you know, from a completely different perspective. And that was the first education SPLOST that passed, and had a great team around me to help make that happen. But it was a lot of fun, and putting out yard signs the night before, you know, at midnight, and you know, doing all the good things.
Really,
so, yeah.
Grassroots effort.
Absolutely, it truly was at that time. You know, we did a lot with the military and supporting the military, particularly with Dobbins, Air Reserve Base being in our community, and Lockheed, and you know how we were able to work with them and go through a BRAC process, which is a base realignment and closure. And you know, fortunately, it turned out really well for us, and the base stayed. And you know, it's just that was an exciting time too.
And so you were born in Cobb County. Where did you go to elementary school?
Due West Elementary.
Oh my gosh.
Pine Mountain Middle and North Cobb High School.
Wow. Wow. So you have really seen it all. You have the firsthand experience of being a part of the community.
Yeah.
And I think that is what helps you to make such an impact, because not only do you talk the talk, but you've walked the walk.
Yeah.
And so now in your current role, there are some major things that have happened in Cobb County.
There are. It's been a good few years, a good run.
So which one would you like to talk about first?
Oh, where should we start? Well, there's this one little professional baseball team that moved in.
Oh yeah.
Earlier this year. So yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Wow. What did you think? Like when the first murmurings of, so the Braves, you know, like the Atlanta baseball team is going to be moving, like from downtown to Cobb County. Like, what was that like?
It was completely top secret and very exciting.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, it's a game changer, not to use a pun, but it truly is. And you know, it has changed the landscape of particularly that part of Cobb County, but our entire community. And it's not just the Braves, it's the Battery, right beside it, the Battery Atlanta, that, you know, with all of the restaurants and, you know, the different types of shopping that will be opening up. And it has created a place for people to come and to be. And, you know, we love it. And we love selling that part of the county.
Oh my gosh, it's huge, it's huge. So how long did you know about that before you were able to talk about it?
A little while.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was something that was just so overwhelming, exciting, and, you know, once you could say it and people are like, is this really true? And you're like, yeah, it is. Then it's nice.
Wow.
And like I said, it just has made such a difference for, you know, the county and that area as a whole. And, you know, happy to have them. Go Braves.
Go Braves. And
Braves.
What have you seen now? I know that there were visions of what it would look like and what it would be and what it would do, and then there's reality. So what is the reality now?
The reality is that it's as cool as you think it should be. You know, you kind of had this, like, you saw all the renderings, you're like, oh, that looks really cool, but, you know, what's that really going to look like? No, it looks really cool. I was fortunate, I was chairing a Leadership Cobb event, Economic Development and Tourism Day back in April, so it was right before the stadium opened, like right before first pitch. And we took a group of leaders over there, and we had speakers lined up, and so I was meeting the speakers because nobody knew where to go. You know, when it's a brand new place and you're like, well, meet me at the red deck and then, you know, we're going to go over here. They're like, oh, I don't know where that is. But I met like Pat Wilson, so he's, you know, the commissioner of the Georgia Department of Economic Development, and Jeff Stepikoff, who runs the Film Academy for the state of Georgia. And it's the first time they had been there. And so to walk with them, and everybody's reaction was, this is so cool. You know, because you're just looking around and I'm like, yes, it is. And it's in Cobb County.
Yes.
And so it was just, it's just a lot of fun. And I think that's what people love about it, is that it's just so much fun.
Yes, and you are part of Cobb County's initiatives. It's in an unprecedented time, right? I mean, there are times where things are slow and it's the typical civic this and development that, but like, this is groundbreaking, and you are an integral part of it. So I'm just so excited for you. You know, our show reaches a global audience. We, you know, we're on YouTube, we're on social media, and so for those of you who don't already know how awesome Cobb County is, spill it. Spill it, girl. Tell us.
Let me start.
Why do we need to come and visit Cobb? Why is it awesome?
So one of the things that I love about Cobb is that it's incredibly diverse in its attractions. You can go to Six Flags, which is you know, a tremendous theme park, and ride the Mind Bender, and, you know, have all the thrill rides that you want. You know, there's the largest water park in the southeast, Whitewater, which is in Marietta. But we also have, you know, everything from a lake on Lake Ackworth. We've got a wakeboard tournament coming this weekend, so it's an international sporting event. You know, all the way to Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park, which is the most visited Civil War site in the entire country. And, you know, Southern Museum of Civil War and Locomotive History, you know, all of the different trail systems and parks, and, you know, what's happening in downtown Marietta right now, because that's super cool, and kind of this very grassroots, you know, farm to table kind of developments that are happening, and, you know, just a lot of progressive things. We've got 3 major league teams, because of course the Atlanta Braves that we've already talked about, but Atlanta United FC, so, you know, soccer is in Cobb County, and then the Atlanta Blaze, which is professional lacrosse. And then we've got, you know, a university, and it has a football team, and a lot of concerts and things that we work on that come there. So it has something for everybody, and, you know, it's not this sleepy little quiet town that it was when I was growing up. It is everything from urban to suburban, and the time to get there is just nothing.
And people who love Cobb County will tell you why. and you can just feel it. You can feel it in their voice, you can feel it in their sentiment, you can feel it in their blood. One of my best friends in the whole wide world, hi Ann. She runs the East Cobb Mom Facebook group. Tried and true. Loves East Cobb, and I love her, and I love East Cobb. And it's huge too. Like, talk about the size of the county.
It spans a large geographic area. There are 6 cities within the county, and it literally, stretches from Lake Ackworth and Lake Allatoona all the way down to, it's very South Cobb and Six Flags, which is just on the other side of I-20. And so there's a lot of area in there, but it's just so diverse, and there's so many opportunities.
That's what's so amazing about it. Also, let's talk about some of the movies that might be filmed in the area, or movies that have been filmed in the area. The state of Georgia has an amazing film commission and initiatives, and with the beauty and the expansiveness and diversity of Cobb County, I'm sure a lot of the filming goes on there.
Does. I actually happen to be the camera ready liaison for the county. So when a location scout is looking to bring something to Cobb, I usually get that phone call and help them figure out, what they need and where that is. All kinds of requests. If anybody out there lives in Cobb County and you have anything that looks like Miami, call me, because I need Miami all the time.
Really?
Yeah, Miami.
That's amazing. I'm sure somebody out there can make that happen.
I know. Please call me, because you have no idea how desperate I am for that. But the jails and
the
rock quarries. And but it's funny with filming, they always want something that's completely unique and different. Like, I got a request just yesterday for a haunted house, a house that could, had very specific, look and feel, and I had sent in several different ones, and I got a reply back saying those look very nice but not scary enough. So there was one that would work, but it's random, all kinds of different things that they want. And so I guess that's part of why being from Cobb, it really kind of works in my favor, because I at least know a lot of the things that are there. Not everything, but
like the haunted house, one of the slogans could be Cobb County, totally not scary. So
exactly.
You're welcome for that. I just, so
we'll throw that to the marketing team.
What are some of your initiatives for the coming year and the coming few years that you could maybe share with us now?
Well, as a team, I'm fortunate I work with 8 other great individuals who love Cobb County just as much as I do, and travel and tourism. I think there's a couple of things. First off, it's how do we get people to stay one more night? It's how do we, once they're coming for whatever reason, how do we tell them about all of the other things that are happening? Like, you may be here for a baseball tournament, but go to Six Flags, or go visit this restaurant, and kind of package it all together for them. Marketing just the county as a whole. That's an effort that we're working on right now with economic development from both the chamber and the county level, Cobb County government, and how do we better tell that message? And because it's all economic development. And I think that's part of why my chamber background helps me so much, is that is a very specific form of economic development, but so is tourism. Because most people come to a community where they have visited on a leisure trip for some reason, and that's their first impression. We always say we're the welcome mat and front door. And that's how we act. And we want people to feel welcome and to feel our hospitality, whether it's from their Uber driver or from the front person at the hotel desk to whatever attraction or restaurant they're at.
So I might put you on the spot a little bit here, but I like to do kind of a fire round, a rapid round of, okay, great bed and breakfast in Cobb County.
Whitlock Inn.
Whitlock Inn. Great hipster type restaurant.
I would say probably Live at the Battery. So there's 3. There's the Todd English, there is Sports and Social, and then there's PBR. So there is now a mechanical bull in the Battery. So it has its own flavor and flair, but you can kind of get 3 different feels all in one location.
I love it. What about a spa? What if I just want to relax and get pampered?
Ooh, spa. I would say that there's some really great ones over in East Cobb. I'd have to think about it.
Okay.
I don't know it by name.
We can pop up some links in the description below this video because I'm sure people will be like, I want to go there, I want to do that, I want to do this. So
I need to do research.
Yes.
That's what it is. Let me do some research. Okay. I'll go to visit all these spas and then I'll let you know what's best.
I think that's good. I think that's a very good idea.
So do I.
Let's see, best shopping.
Best shopping. The avenues are great.
Yes.
East Cobb,
yes.
West Cobb. And of course we've got two great malls, Cumberland Mall, Town Center Mall. And there's lots of little cute stores around. I'll give a shout out to Love Street in Smyrna.
Nice.
Love that store. Buy lots of gifts there. So yeah, there's lots of, kind of downtown shopping, Marietta Square, kind of thing.
And if you're more of an introvert and just want to grab a great cup of coffee and read a book, cool coffee house, cool low-key place.
Cool Beans, downtown Marietta.
See, it's in the name. So what do you do there? If you're an outdoorsy type, maybe you want to check out the river, Kennesaw Mountain. What are some good hiking trails?
Kennesaw Mountain has a lot of great trails, and actually Cobb County is in the process of doing some more connections because pretty soon you'll be able to go literally from Ackworth all the way down to Alabama.
Wow.
So there's a lot happening within the trail system. So if it's not quite where you want it yet, check back soon because it will be. But always hiking to the top of the mountain or the Silver Comet Trail.
Yes.
That is in place, which is
and miles.
So much fun. And you can go for as long as you want, at any pace with anything. Great for families, great for, individuals really out doing the hard exercise. Chattahoochee National Recreation Area has got some great trails too.
It's beautiful. Yeah, so for either running or biking enthusiasts alike, that's a big hit. What about pets, pet lovers? Is Cobb County pet friendly?
Yes, it is. Yes, we have a dog. I have twins that are 8.
No
two
way.
little girls.
I have a son who's 8.5.
Do you? Yep, so we're getting ready to rock 3rd grade.
Holla. Yeah, I am counting down the days. He's probably at home spending way too much time on his Nintendo DS as we speak. So, yeah, let's get back in school.
Yeah, well, it's coming. It starts July 31st for us, which is way early.
Wow. Wow.
So, yeah, but it's, so they'll be there next Monday. But anyway, so back to the dog, Bailey. So some really cute pet grooming, places and
dog parks.
Dog parks, particularly in Smyrna. There are some dog parks, and you can go down to Soap Creek and take your dog.
Oh, it's so beautiful there and fun. So much fun. If you could pick one special place in the whole county that just really means a lot to you and your family, besides your home where you grew up, where would that be?
One special place that we love. Probably maybe the Silver Comet, because we go out there and kind of hang out, and it gives some good family time, and nobody's on anybody's phone or wanting to watch a movie or do anything like that. So it just, they can run around and do what they need to. We can take the dog, and everybody's happy.
That's a plus.
Yes.
What's one of the funniest things, either funny haha or funny odd, that has happened to you in your career working with Cobb County?
Oh, gosh. Oh, there are lots of those. I don't know if we should share too many
Safe
of those.
For work.
Yeah.
Not going to get anybody fired. Or we can pass.
No,
we can totally pass on this.
I'll say a couple of things. So Don Beaver, whom I talked about earlier, whom I truly love, and I remember whenever I first came to the chamber, he would walk around with his military background, and he would scream, "It's 9 a.m. people. We get more done before 9 a.m. than most people get done all day." And then about 3 o'clock, he would come back around and yell, and he would say, "3 p.m. people, the day's half over." And that was,
oh my gosh,
if you ever had anybody there that was not kind of used to him and the humor, then they're like, "What is going on?"
What is
I'm
this?
like, yeah. But
Sounds like my dad. Whenever I'd call my dad, anytime after 9 a.m., good afternoon. It's like, you need to be out of bed at 5. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So you are clearly an accomplished woman in business, and it's not always super easy for people in our position, in our roles, with families. What's some of the best advice you've gotten on how to balance having a family, having a career, breaking down those boundaries and those walls that sometimes get put up, which don't make sense, but they do?
First, I would say, and I'm not always good at this, but I try, is to give myself grace.
Yes.
Because I'm not always the most patient person. I tend to like things in order, and that's just not how life is. And I've learned this a lot more since I had kids, particularly twins, and it was just crazy, and trying to balance all of the things that you have to, and sometimes you just do the best you can and then you move on.
Right.
And you have to give yourself grace. So I think that's probably kind of my overarching kind of philosophy within business. But I work hard and always do your best, and it's not, I didn't get where I am because of me. Yes, I worked hard and did lots of things and had lots of opportunities and took advantage of them. You push yourself out of your own comfort zone.
Yes.
But I had people who helped me along the way. And, I hope that I'm able to do that for others, and helping push them sometimes out of their comfort zone and along the way, and giving them opportunities to go on and be great and successful.
I love that. Yeah, I think balance in general is a myth. That you can't have it all at once. You can have it all in certain points in time. So I think if you are out there and you're like, how do I pursue a career and be a mom and do this and do that? It's all about timing. Maybe it's just not the right time for one or the other, but don't get discouraged, don't give up, and like you said, you've got to step out of your comfort zone. Yeah. If I just wanted to remain comfortable my whole life, I would not be sitting here in this chair talking to you in front of this camera.
Absolutely.
Because it is not always comfortable. What is some of the best advice that you've gotten, either career or life, that kind of carries you through tough times?
That things always change. That even though maybe something happened that it wasn't how you wanted it to go, that's okay. Learn from that. Mistakes are okay. But keep pushing forward. Don't let that be kind of like that final chapter. And there's always a way to work around. And I think that's important. And the other thing that I think has been really valuable to me, that I think I learned early in my career, was be nice to everybody. Because particularly in hospitality, everybody always comes back around. Always. But it's not just the people you work with. It's not just the janitors or those people who are doing some of those jobs that just really aren't a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it's the people at Publix, and and that's something I'm trying to teach my girls, is like, we always speak to people, we look at them in the eyes, and if you respect people and show them that, you don't have to have a 30-minute conversation. It can be a 5-second interaction, but it still can make a huge difference.
Absolutely. A smile and making eye contact.
Yeah.
Really, can we just do that as a society?
Yes,
We'll all
that
feel
would
a
be
lot
nice.
better for it.
But you get a lot more accomplished that way, and you build those relationships, and you're able to then pull on those whenever you need it. The other thing I would say is that relationships are like a bucket. You want to put deposits into it before you have to draw anything out, because the first time you meet somebody, you don't want to be like, hey, no, I just met you, but can you do this for me? If you're a friend and you have smiled and been kind through time, then whenever you're like, hey, I need this, can you help me? People are a lot more likely to be like, what, yeah, I may have to go out of my way, but it's worth it.
Absolutely. Let's say you're hanging out with Holly and you're doing X and you shouldn't do it. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh. My biggest pet peeve.
The weirder the better.
You want a weird one?
Great.
So I hate it whenever people staple pieces of paper together and they're not like all completely lined up.
I can't handle that. I'm right there.
And I want the staple to be straight.
Yes.
I don't want it to be like all like weird in the middle of the paper. I
Yeah.
want it like right there in the corner.
So people, make sure your staple game is on point when you're hanging out with Holly.
Yeah.
Because it's a pet peeve.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, don't mess with that.
I have a friend who can't handle toes. You know who you are. So I always make sure to wear covered toe shoes when I'm hanging out with her. It's funny. It's fun stuff. What could all of us out there watching right now, you know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all the cool places where we're hanging out, watching this interview, and we want to help you. We love you. We're a fan of yours. We love Cobb County, and we just want to pour in and rally to help you with whatever it is you'd like. What would that be?
How could they do that, or what would they help with?
Anything.
Anything?
Anything.
Well,
Put it out there in the universe.
to the universe, we've got great social media.
Yes.
And, you know, so anything that you can do in that area, you know, just, you know, friend us, join us, like us. You know, we have something really cool that really nobody else in the state has, but it's within our website. We can pull in things that are posted out on social media in Cobb County. So once we pull that in, it can be reposted out to our website.
So smart.
It gives us all this authentic content and pictures that we would never in a million years get. You can't be everywhere, especially when you only have 9. So 9 people. So it is this great way for us to communicate back with others. And so yeah, I think, you know, the social media aspect.
Just share your love on
And we'll put
social.
all of that on the bottom of the screen so you'll know those.
Yes. So what is the hashtag? Is there a specific hashtag people should use, or do you pull it in by location data?
Hashtag Atlanta Sweet Spot.
Hashtag Atlanta Sweet Spot. That is awesome. I will definitely be doing that as well and feed into your feed.
Yes.
So as we close, is there anything that we did not cover? Any stories you wanted to tell, either personally, professionally, that will live in perpetuity on the internet?
Live in perpetuity. Wow. You know, I think I've got a great team back behind me, and just the hospitality community as a whole in Cobb. Again, that is a very large section of people, because there's 30,000 people in tourism in Cobb County.
Wow.
And tourism is actually the largest industry in the county at $2.8 billion. So whenever you're looking at, you know, who we are and what we do, it makes a difference. And, you know, it's just this great thing that's out there that a lot of people, it's funny, don't pay a whole lot of attention to. They think our job is just fun. We just plan parties, and that's not true. You know, it's economic development, it's business, and it's, you know, how do we really share and tell Cobb County's story? Because we're the only organization that does that. You know, others do it in their own ways, but that's our job, is to market our county, and I love that.
Yeah, I'd say you're doing it like a boss. Cobb County, Holly Quinlan, kind of a big deal. If you don't already know, now you know, and you're probably better for it. So Holly, thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
being
Thank
here.
you. I appreciate the invitation.